I'm Stephen Caudill, and I'm here with Hashrocket interviewing a couple of new Ruby heroes. I'm happy to be here today with Sven Fuchs and Konstantin Haase. Guys, it's really great. Congratulations on the Ruby Award. I'm really impressed with all of the work you guys have been doing over the last few years, and it's well deserved, so congratulations. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on lately, Konstantin.
So for one, I'm the maintainer of the Sinatra gem. Most people are probably familiar with. We're gonna have a new release soon. It's gonna be a maintenance release once I find the time to push it out. And yeah, apart from that, I recently joined the Travis team, and I'm now working with Sven and Josh and Matthias full time on Travis CI. Which is a continuous integration system in the cloud. And I've been working on pull request support, which basically means if your project is enabled on Travis and someone opens a pull request, Travis will actually take the merged version, like if you press the merge button, and then run the test against that. And then we have a GitHub bot that will actually leave a comment in the pull request discussion stating if it fails or if it passes, which actually, if you have that, it makes the merge button really useful, because up until now, a lot of people that are maintaining more like projects people are relying on, they often don't press the merge button because they don't know if the pull request actually breaks anything.
Right, yeah, it's kind of a hassle to pull down the code and get that version and then make sure everything's fine.
Especially the Rails core team has been bugging us about that feature for a long time, because they just use the merge button for documentation fixes and nothing else.
Right. And so this is something you configure by a GitHub hook, is that correct?
Yes, yes. So eventually it will be available for all the projects on Travis. At the moment we're doing rollout on a per project basis.
Okay.
If anyone out there wants to use that feature, just send us an email. We're giving priority access to anyone who donated to our crowdfunding campaign, which is still running, so people could still donate money if they want that feature enabled right now, or just wait a few weeks until we roll it out to everyone.
Awesome, thanks a lot. Sven, you've actually been evangelizing OSS for a number of years now. Can you elaborate a little bit on what open source means to you and how it's affected your life?
Yes, so basically, to put it short, like working on open source allows me to live the most amazing life I could ever have wished for. And yeah, I would actually like to use that opportunity to encourage everyone who is not doing any open source to really try to get into that, and people who are doing a little bit of open source to do way more. And if people do a lot of open source already, to encourage other people to do the same, because I believe that working with a community on free code, which is available everywhere, gives you some of the most amazing opportunities to just live the life that you want to live. And it is super rewarding, and yeah.
And you've been bringing this into some communities that traditionally don't do a whole lot of open source work, is that correct?
Well, yes, I have been giving a keynote for, on this topic on a conference in the Ukraine last year in September, I think, where this conference was, the purpose of the conference was to encourage people in Eastern Europe and that region of the world to get into open source, because that's not a very common thing to do there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. You know, it's amazing how much open source can actually change one person's life. You know, I think a lot of people look at it from the scarcity mindset, where they're kind of afraid of giving away this intellectual property almost.
Yes.
But the reality is that, you know, by giving it away, you're actually putting yourself out there. People are becoming aware of what your capabilities as a developer are, and you also have this tremendous positive impact on people who may not have the skill to write the library that you're working on, or along similar lines, you may just be accelerating some incredible nonprofit organization, or there's just inconceivable benefits to it.
Yeah, so that can be very rewarding to work on something that actually improves the world for some people. But it also improves your own life in terms of that you get feedback from some of the most amazing developers in the world, right? You're suddenly connected to people where you would never have wished to or never have dared to walk up to them, something like that. But it's also that from the company or economic perspective, I also think that doing more open source or encouraging your team to do open source is just a no-brainer, because, for example, it is just free training that you get into your company that way, right? Your developers will work on something where maybe 100 of very good developers are interested in, and if your guy screws up, those guys will help fix that. Right. So it's free training, it's in a way, it's free quality management of what you're doing in your company, and all those things. There's a lot more to that, and therefore I really think that pays out, and companies who do not know that yet should know about it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's Torvald's law, right? The more eyes, the easier the bug is solved. I'm paraphrasing poorly here, but yeah. So that's yet another benefit you get from open source work. And thank you guys both for all of the open source work that you do. Internet, if you're not familiar with Travis CI, if you have an open source project, you can do continuous integration in the cloud on it. If you've got a large project, this is particularly useful. But it's also a great last state way to make sure that your project's in a good condition before you push. So check out Travis CI for your open source projects, and check out Travis CI Pro. Is that the correct term?
That is the working title for now.
Okay. Travis CI Pro for your business needs. Thank you guys very much, and congratulations on the Ruby Hero Award.
Thank you.